All right, what do you hear? What do you say? Another video. So this time something a little bit more, I guess. Well, not really complicated, but a dungeon that basically has mobs that hit harder. Because the previous videos that I did, they were Scholarman, Strat Home, Strat UD, Live. They're not that complicated, at least in terms of the damage that the mobs and the bosses do. Yes, there's some pulls that are a little bit tougher as a warlock because there's just kicks and snares and so on and so forth. Threat resets, threat wipes. But other than that, they were easy in terms of, how much you get hit. Now, BM is a custom dungeon. It's a custom OctoWoW dungeon. So the mobs are, tuned, I guess, to do more damage than usual. The mobs are also higher level, so you need hit rating, which I don't have. I mean, I do have like 2 or 3%, which is mostly enough, I guess, at least for the mobs that are 61, 62-ish. But yeah, anyways, probably the hardest part of Black Moreass is the beginning, up until the first boss. These literal packs that we're gonna have that have 3 or 4 mobs. That's it. And the way you do it is depending on the composition of your group, you can ask a druid to sleep, or you can pull them back and just fear one. So I have a druid in this case, so it makes it really easy when we have the pack later on where there's 4 of these mobs. So 1 gets slept, 1 is tanked by the pet, and 2 are tanked by you. So very, very simple. Just, very fun to do because you get to, use the blueberry. And later on we're going to have the first boss. The first boss has the thing where he starts to do spell reflections from about 50% of HP. So I found out that the very great pet to use for that boss is the Doomguard, because the Doomguard's cripple works on that boss for some strange reason, which is super strange. That it just doesn't make any sense, to be honest, But yeah, so again, just pull 1 mob to yourself, leave the other one to be tanked by the pet, and just yeah, very simple. Alright, so we're coming up to the first more complicated pack, I guess. If you don't have a druid, you just pull them back a little bit and you fear one. So the way you do it is you pull them back, you have the pet use AoE taunt, that way you can freely fear them, and then just to pull 2 mobs off with Immolate, and that's it, and leave 1 to be tanked by the pet. But here we have a druid, we won't need to fear anything, we just pull. Nice, they come a bit closer, send pet on 1, start hellfiring. I got a little bit scared because of the warrior's fear. Yeah, but it's okay. And now I call my pet back so I can start hellfiring. The pet built enough aggro on the mob, so I shouldn't, I still have only 2 on me, even though I'm doing damage to 3 of them, so that's really good. So alright, the sleep's gonna end soon. I did a little coil, and just see how simple that is. Just very nice. Pet's doing his job perfectly fine, and you just basically pump, that's all. Fucking hamstring, dude. I'm just tapping, dude. I couldn't give a shit, man. The mob ain't even gonna touch me. I'm just gonna heal the pet, Yeah, nice to have a warrior, man. Fucking hamstring is amazing. Alright, what else? So now, okay, we have 2 packs of 3, and then 1 more pack of 4. So that last pack is gonna be that pack of 4. Exactly the same thing as over here, man. Just sleep or fear, and that's it. So extremely, extremely simple. I honestly think this is a great dungeon for a Warlock Tank, simply because you just do a lot of damage. So I think the runs are decently fast, to be honest, in terms of like speed. I mean, I'm not like doing any sort of speed run, but I just don't believe a warrior or a paladin or a druid is gonna do more damage than me. So basically I'm doing the job of a tank while also doing, I don't know, 2-3 times more damage than that of a tank. Now yes, I know I'm just doing AoE, which is a lot of damage, but even the single target damage is actually not that bad, especially if you use like a greater demon or a succubus. Also depends what kind of a build you run. because there's a couple of variations of the, of how you can do the tanking spec. One is a little bit more where you do more damage yourself, so you do a little bit more critical strikes. And the other one is where you focus on the pet damage and pet summoning. So, unleash potential, master summoner, and so on and so forth. So again, I've called my pet back a little bit so that I'm hitting all 3 of them with Hellfire. While still, the pet is tanking one. So you basically give your pet a chance to do like 2 torments, and then you can call him back to yourself. And then you can start hitting the pet target with your Hellfire. So it's a great way to, again, do more damage yourself, while also getting hit by only 2 mobs, and not 3. And the pet, the Void Walker is not that tanky, but he's tanky enough. He has almost 5,000 armor, that's one thing. And he has 10% reduced physical damage because of Master Demonologist. So he's tanky enough, I guess you could say that. So there we go again, called him back, hitting 3 instead of 2 now. I don't know why I did that coil. I guess I just wanted to use it. By the way, the boss, I won't have coil, obviously it's going to be off cooldown I think, or maybe not, but the boss, you can actually affect it by coil. Every boss can be coiled on Black Moreass. So it actually comes extremely in handy when you're on the last boss, the dragon. The moment he goes in his enraged phase, you just coil him and you get like 3 seconds of, no damage. And then he's like very slow, so you can kind of like max range him and just bump. So again, same thing as the last 4-mob pack. One gets to sleep. One goes to the ZZZ zone and the other ones just get pulled. Easy. Fucked it up a little bit with the Soulfire. Yeah, had to move. Alright. Pet's done 2 torments now. I'm calling him back any second, I think. Am I gonna call him back? No. Maybe I didn't want to risk it in terms of the damage on me, but yeah, I should have called the pet back. Oof. Nice. Ah, there we go. Alright, well, I guess that works out too. Then we have this dude. This dude looks scary, but just a simple add trash mob, nothing special. So yeah, I'm gonna utilize my Grain Redeemer here. Yeah, the Doomguard, the cripple is amazing. Obviously, it's gonna resist on this dude, but on the boss, it's actually gonna work. And cripple reduces attack speed by, what is it, 20 or 40%? I don't remember. And also, movement speed. So cripple is actually amazing. Plus the stomp is also good. 2-second physical stun. So yeah, as you've seen with every pull I didn't even need to pre-sacrifice a Void Walker, because you can just tank it that well. They do decent damage, but not that much, And plus, if you bring a lot of health, I mean, you're good. Like, look at the amount of health I have. I have like what, 7.5k almost. So yeah, good shit. I see how slow the mob is. Man, I love cripple, dude. What a great ability. Kind of sucks that the greater demons have that penalty for healing, man. It's really hard to heal them, dude. They have 40%. They get 40% less healing. So even with Soul Funnel talent, he just barely gets healed. So yeah, it wasn't like that on Turtle WoW. On Turtle WoW, if you Hell Funnel a pet, the Hell Funnel would bypass the penalty. It's only when healers heal the pet would the pet have the 40% reduction. Alright, so due to the, the magical reflection that the boss does, it's a good idea to, maybe ask your teammates to give you 5 seconds to build a little bit of threat. But if you have people that have Salvation, you don't even need those 5 or 10 seconds, I think. I'm not sure if everyone had Salvation on this run. I asked, but I didn't inspect. So it doesn't matter too much. But anyways, yeah. Gonna do Soulfire, gonna do my dots, and you're gonna see that the boss is gonna be affected by cripple. That's just huge. That is huge. Bam, see? Crippled. Much slower attack speed, lesser damage. Good stuff. Alright, so I'm building a bit of a threat lead. I should have immolated right now actually, but it's gonna wand a bit. But you can actually coil the boss if you want, because he can actually be affected by coil. And then I just fucking drain, because, you know. Nice, there we go. Was super easy, super simple. I had a little bit of threat. And pew pew. Alright, so almost 8,000 HP, man. That's just, you know, Kings plus Fortitude, you know, plus some health buffs, you know. Hardened Mushrooms 25, and Black Rum is 15. Elixir of Fortitude is 120 HP. Lung, what's the Blasted Lung Juice, or whatever the fuck it's called? The Blasted Lance buff, that's another 25 stamina. So yeah, all of that, plus Demonic Embrace, plus Kings is just, you know, just adds up, dude. I think I had... What was it, man? I was in a strat live run, and I think I had 8.9k HP without flask. But I did have a, what was it? A warlock with an imp, also a paladin and a priest and a druid, you know, for the improved mark of the wild. So yeah, 8.9, 8.8, something like that HP. So if I would have flasked, I would have been at 10k, man. and I didn't have really great gear back then. I don't even have right now, but. On this run, I think... No, I don't have it on this run, but later on I did a bit of PvP to get to rank 6, and I bought the necklace. So I got a bit of big stamina upgrade. Went from like, I don't know, 16 stamina to 23, I think, or 24. And then eventually... so basically I did the whole BM rep farm as a tank. Every single run was me tanking, so I did like, I don't know, 20 plus runs or something. Maybe not 20, maybe 20, I don't remember. But yeah, I did quite a lot actually. As a tank. Pretty much all of them was as a tank. So that's how good you can do this as a warlock tank. That you can fucking and like no people were complaining. None of them were complaining. Most people were actually surprised. Were like, what the, like, quite a few people, they said like, what the fuck, this is smoother than with a warrior or a druid or a paladin. You know? And like the speed is not too bad, because as I said, you do a decent amount of damage. The fucking AoE is just, you know, hellfire just pumps, man. So on the time of recording this video, I mean the voiceover actually, because the run was made, I don't know, probably like a week or two ago, but I'm just doing a commentary right now. So yesterday I tried, I did a Karazhan 10. I didn't do it as a tank, as a DPS, but we had a moment where the server was fucking getting, you know, DCs and so on and so forth. So our off tank got a DC. So I got to off tank, you know, Karazhan 10. Not all the bosses. I got to off tank what? Griskill, the imp. I got to tank a lot of the mob packs. So the mob packs definitely worked really well. The Worgen worked well. The imps worked well. The magic caster dudes, you know, the skeleton casters worked pretty decently. And I did Morass. So with Morass we wiped like 2 times, but the problem again, like the problem with Morass is just you get the threat reset, and what happens when you get threat reset 2 times? You can barely catch up with the threat, you know? Like when let's say your paladin gets reset many times, and like next thing you see is like your mage or your DPS with like 20,000 threat points. And like, you know, you don't want them to get the aggro because they're gonna get one shot, you know? So it's you know, it definitely fucking takes a while to get from 0 threat to 20,000. That just takes a lot. So yeah, raiding, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna make it work. I definitely need a lot more gear. I would need, you know, a very specific, probably team composition. You know, have an enhancement shaman with the stone scale totem, paladin with devotion aura, troll priest that does the hex of weakness or whatever it's called, and basically pop a greater stone shield potion on literally every boss pull. So in general, Morass was hitting me for about 1,400, which is a lot. Like, god damn, that's a lot. Then he just kicks a lot. It's really hard to tank him. You get vanished, you know, you get the smoke screen, you get kicked, then you get the threat reset. I mean, it's just a very unfriendly boss to tank as a spellcaster, like horribly hard. If it weren't for the threat reset, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad, to be honest. It wouldn't be too bad. And I was, you know, obviously I don't have enough hit rating. My spell power is really low, so yeah, you can imagine, you know, doing, I don't know, every third searing pain, I guess. It felt like every third searing pain was resisted. So, but you know, if at least for the first 2 resets I tanked decently. Then we had our warrior DPS go into, you know, shield and shield wall to buy me some time so I get back to threat, and then I tanked him the 3rd time, and then I got reset the 3rd time. So I guess it's to a degree doable, but yeah, you really gotta come prepared. All the flasks, all the consumes, which I didn't have with me at the time because I didn't expect the tank, you know, it just happened, you know, our off tank got disconnected. So I had to step up, I guess. But it worked out, you know, we did it. We killed Morass on the 2nd go. Anyways, well, this part of the dungeon is easy. That's why I'm not even talking about this dungeon. I'm talking about, you know, the raid. These mobs, they can do a little kick, a little earth shock. So they're a bit annoying, but it's not too bad. Then we're gonna have packs. We're gonna have 4 of these mobs. So yeah, they fucking suck a little bit, but not too bad. Send in pet, do AoE taunt, and pew pew. Alright, so our 2nd boss. Really easy. Normally I just get a succubus out, but for this run, I don't know, I just use the voidwalker, but you don't need him at all. Just go succubus, that way you do more damage and then, you know, the pet does more damage. But this was one of my, I think this was my 2nd run? Or my 3rd run, actually. Yeah, this was my 3rd, no, this was my 2nd run of BM. That's why I didn't use the succubus. I was still, you know, kinda not in a rush, you know, I was still trying to, like, you know, get into the rhythm of every pull and so on and so forth. So later on, when I did the farm, you know, for many more runs, yeah, I would switch to succubus on every boss pretty much. Alright, we're gonna have a pack of, it's only 3. No. Sword fire, emanate, and we do some hellfire. Will I get a nerf shock? I don't think so. Oh, I did, yeah, there we go, yeah, I got one. Nice. Yeah, man, that healing generates a lot of threat, man. Soul funnel is insane. Alright, so on to the third boss again, Succubus. Or Infernal if you want, but be careful, you know, don't pull unnecessary mobs. So yeah, generally this is a simple dungeon. Oh my god, my goddamn voice, my throat, lol. Super simple dungeon. So for the video purposes, I did the full run. Normally when you're doing the farm, you don't do a full run. You basically do the dragon boss, that's a little bit ahead of this one, and you jump down. But for the sake of the video, this is gonna be a full run. Just to, I mean, there's nothing, because the full run, I mean, it's alright on reputation. We have what? We have the moss dude as a boss, then we have the crocodile as a boss, and then we have the last dragon. The last dragon can be an issue because of the enrage, and he does a decent amount of damage, so it's a kind of like a, I don't know, mana race and DPS race. So yeah, just so I did a full run just to prove that you can tank the full dungeon as a warlock, because the last boss is generally probably not complicated, but definitely a damage check, you know, mana check and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna do it, and actually when I'm gonna edit this video, I'm gonna edit out 2 attempts of the boss fight. One with the Greater Infernal, where you do more damage, and the other one with Voidwalker, where you tank more damage. The first time I did it with the Infernal, this is gonna be the run with the Infernal. What happened was towards the end, the Infernal died, and I had to cheese it a little bit, you know, do the cheese strategy where you're gonna run around and you know, kind of glitch the boss. But yeah, it's not fun to, you know, do cheese strats, you know, they're supposed to tank it properly. So I'm gonna add the snippet of the second run after that, after this one. Okay, so this boss again, use Succubus or use Infernal. I think I use Infernal here, right? Oh, yes, I do Infernal, of course. Like, none of these bosses except the last one hit that hard, so you just get whichever demon that allows you, that does the most damage and allows you to do more damage. So I'm just, I'm not sure what I'm waiting here for. Okay, so use the Lesser Stone Shield Potion into Sacrifice and summon an Infernal. You tank the boss to the wall. And yeah, and just fucking, and you pump, man. Simple as that. When he spawns the ad at 50%, you know, the image of Kael'thas or Vash or Lich King, you can just coil him actually. That way you know, that way the ad doesn't touch any of their teammates. Lich King, by the way, coils you at 50% HP, so if you get the Lich King here on this boss fight, just wait until he's about 50% HP, then coil him. I had a run where we coiled each other at the exact fucking same time, man. That shit was hilarious. Alright, so you position your demon manually behind the boss so he doesn't dodge as much. Yeah, fucking failed to cast that damn Soulfire. But it's fine. So honestly, if you want max threat, it's actually not that good of an idea to use Agony. Agony barely generates any threat. You would normally add Curse of Elements. That way your Immolate does more damage, your Immolate Dot does more damage, and your Searing Pain does more damage. And therefore they generate more threat because of Wrathstone. So when you want max threat, you actually don't go Agony, you go Elements. I don't even know what the fuck these texts are for, so fuck it, I'll just read. The cloak is meh. Am I gonna need it? No, why not? Maybe I had one in the bag, who knows, you know. Alright, so again, full run. Oh damn, yeah, that's the thing with Infernal. The boy can pull with his Immolation Aura. So we're gonna do the Crocolisk. No, sorry, the Moss Flare dude, whatever he's called, Moss Giant, Moss dude. Then we're gonna go to the Crocodile, and we're gonna do the Dragon last because my Inferno is gonna be on cooldown. So you will see me ask the team that, hey guys, need a few minutes for Inferno, let's go do Crocodile. So again, the build I'm running here is more focused on me doing more critical strikes with the Searing Pain. So it's a little bit a build focused a bit on my own threat generation. But you can actually save a couple of talent points and only get intensity. So you don't go into shadow, you don't go into devastation, you don't go into improved Searing Pain. You just get intensity. Ooh, I got this one right. I forgot, man. This is such a good trinket. Holy shit. 2% hit rating, man. So lucky, bro. So lucky. Yeah, I also got Fabric of Time to drop when doing the farm. So yeah, I got some really good gear for DPS. Yeah, but sadly, you know, I do tanking most of the time now. But yeah, it's hard, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do raids. Like in all honesty, like you can definitely do it, but it's just you're very squishy. Like healers really have to try and keep you up alive, you know. So it's like it's doable, but like you know, I don't know how to say it. Just I assume I just, like I said, just need more gear. But what's there to get, you know? In terms of stamina and armor, I think I got really good gear. And if I, you know, go a bit into more spell power and hit rating, I'm gonna definitely lose a fair amount of stamina and armor. So, I mean, armor I guess is not too bad, because armor you can just get through, you know, consumables. You know, Greater Stone Shield Potion, Devotion Aura, Elixir of Superior Defense, and so on and so forth. So maybe I can sacrifice the armor. That's not an issue. You can kind of get most of it back, you know. And it's not even that much armor. You know, it's glove gear. If you overall lose like 500 armor and you gain like, I don't know, a bunch of spell hit and hit rating, I guess it's, you know, you can definitely lose the armor. That's not a problem. But stamina, man, I don't want to lose stamina, dude. That's the only thing that that's the only decent thing you have as a, you know, quote unquote tank warlock. So yeah, I'm still not sure what sort of gearing you do. Literally no idea, but we'll see. Damn, I saw a warlock in Orgrimmar probably a month ago that had a void walker whose name was Tankresh. Basically Tankresh tank, man. Then that is a perfect name, dude. That is a perfect void walker name, dude. Goddamn, dude. Ooh, that's a decent robe. I mean, but you know, a bit more stamina. But nah, dude, mine's much better, dude. I got the robe of the void. I'll need it, I guess, for off spec or something. I guess, you know, a little bit extra armor, but well, not off spec, technically main spec, but you know, I'm not sure if I ended up using that item or not. I think I ended up selling it. Alright, so yeah, we're off to the crocodile boss, and then after that we're gonna do the dragon. I don't know, I said crocodile this, I don't know. Lol. Slight misunderstanding here, but it happens. I like these types of understandings, they're nice. Alright, so I'm gonna pull a bit of mobs. Fucking hellfire those bitches. Oof, I don't have my frit stone. Sorry, raft stone. Alright, getting that hardened mushroom system. Nice, 7.6. 7689. Could have been 769, that would have been a bit more of a pleasant number, but you know, I'll take it. So to be honest, after this video, we're gonna have what? We're gonna have both strats done. We're gonna have Skolo done. We have what? Strat, Skolo. We have now BM. So what's left essentially? We have Storm and Waltz. We have Carries and Crypt, which I've done both of them tanked, and they're really easy. Storm and Waltz is very easy. Carries and Crypts, I guess they hit a bit harder, but again, you can pull a fuck ton of mobs. Then what we got? We got Dire Maul, I guess, but Dire Maul is very easy. It's not even like most of the mobs are level 50 fucking 6 to 8 or something. I get pretty much Dire Maul North is the hardest one to do, but even then it's really easy. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do DM. Maybe, I don't know. Like it's just very easy to, like, I don't know. There's nothing. I might just tank it, fuck it, but I'm definitely not gonna add any commentary. It's super easy to just aggro and tank. That's literally it. Like very simple. You don't need to do anything special at all. Yeah, so Dire Maul, I don't know if I'm gonna do. What else we got? Oh, right, we got Upper Blackrock Spire, we got Lower Blackrock Spire, we got Blackrock Depths. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna do a video of tanking UBRS. I haven't tanked UBRS, not even once. And I barely done it in my life in general. I never really run the dungeon. So it will be interesting to how it works, because I know for a fact UBRS is gonna be very hard to do. One is a lot of the mobs are gonna be, you know, with decent fire resistance. That's one. And the Orc Legionaries, or the Guardsmen, whatever they're called, I know they do a charge and a shield bash which silences, so it's for sure gonna be tough. And not to mention that there's a boss, a fire elemental boss, so obviously that dude's gonna be immune to fire, so I'm by no means gonna tank that dude. Yeah, Rend I can think I do. Drakisaf, I actually have no idea. Like this is gonna be really interesting, so I'm gonna have to study UBRS and see, you know, if it's even possible to do. Lower Blackrock Spire, I think I tanked Lower Blackrock Spire if I'm not mistaken it. The only part that was hard was the troll boss, because we didn't have a decurse, I think, or something. Yeah, so, but yeah, I might actually do Lower Blackrock Spire and Upper Blackrock Spire. I could even do Blackrock Depths. I actually tanked Blackrock Depths 2 times. Just a very long dungeon, ugh. Plus, you know, some of the mobs are, you know, immune to fire, so you essentially have to have the pet tank it. So, you know, send in your Voidwalker. So, but yeah, but BRD is not in terms of like the damage the mobs do, it's very easy. But anyways, let's get back to BM. So this run is gonna be with the Infernal. Again, I'm gonna spoil it. Infernal is gonna die towards the end of the boss, and I'm gonna have to coil the boss and cheese it a little bit. But then I'll edit out the run, the boss fight from the run after this, and it's gonna be with Voidwalker and just no cheesing, nothing, just face tanking the guy. So obviously the reason why we're able to, you know, do this boss decently is one, the priest, the healer, you know, priest healers are just very good, I think, in general. Plus she has a decent amount of spell power. Like you can see that the renews are hitting me for 316. That's not raid gear, not a single raid piece, I think, but you know, some decent shit, you know, from reputation and so on and so forth. And we got a druid who gives innervate to the priest, so yeah. By the way, this boss, you know, as you can see, yeah, my frames are, my add-ons are a little bit fucked. As you can see, the casting fear, shadow shock CD, it's like on my unit frame. I forgot it's gonna be like that, so I think I moved it later on, so it's not that stupid looking. Yeah, poor Infernal's getting fucked. But it's going alright, as you can see, you know. We're getting there, but Infernal's gonna die quick. And that's the mistake I did. I basically killed the Infernal. I used Power Overwhelming, bro. It's like my DPS monkey brain just does it. So there we go. Infernal dies. I just coil him. And we kind of have to cheese it at a few health points left, but I'm gonna, you know, quickly add up the run after this, the boss fight itself. And you don't need to cheese it at all. But as I said, you know, having a druid that iterates and having a priest that, you know, has a mana potion and so on and so forth, that definitely helps. So if you're gonna have a priest that, sorry, if you're gonna have a healer that doesn't have a single consumable, like no mana potion and just really bad gear, like, it might be harder. And another thing is, again, DPS. If you guys have very little DPS, oof, just you know, not gonna be good. Alright, so again, this is with the exact same people, just another run because we were farming rip. This time with the Voidwalker, just so you know, Voidwalker stays alive longer. I'm not gonna use Power Overwhelming, and I get 10% less physical damage, so it all adds up. Plus, you know, Shadow Ward all the time. Shadow Ward. It definitely, you know, helps suck in a little bit over 700 damage. Yeah, I missed it right now the first time, but now I'm gonna do it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you can look at the priest. Not really visible through the unit frames, but mana is good. Mana is very good. And plus you can heal your pet really easily because it's not a greater demon, you know. Because 20% of the damage does go to the pet, so yeah, he's gonna get low. He's for sure gonna get low. A bit of tapping. Again, healer is just amazing on mana. That staff that the healer has from the Draenei Exile's reputation is so good for long fights like that, because it has a proc that increases, you know, mana regeneration by a lot, so it's incredible, like really, really great. I don't think he even needs an iterate, to be honest, for this boss fight. I'm not sure if he even gets it, but yeah. As you can see, boss is gonna enrage soon. I'm gonna coil him, just, you know, to relieve some of the pressure, and yeah, just pumps. Well, we didn't need to cheese anything, just pump damage. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of damage he just did, 2.5k, that's huge, but you know, having a lot of health definitely helps. I mean, again, you can pop a greater stone shield potion if you want for this boss fight, because it gives, you know, 2000 instead of 1000, and it gives you know, and it holds for 2 minutes instead of 90 seconds, so it actually holds throughout the whole boss fight. And yeah, I don't know, my throat's been a little bit acting up, a bit sore. I think I been working sweaty outside yesterday, so probably a little bit of a wind fucked me up. But anyways, yeah, definitely can tank this as a warlock. It's really effective, you know, do a lot of damage. You can definitely do it, you know, smooth and clean. So that's it for now. I'll see if I can, you know, make some other videos, guys. So I'll see you till next time. Have a good one. Peace.